Welcome, everybody, to College Cod's first ever Alumni Championship Sunday. 6 teams going into the day looking to play for all the glory that we have to offer to see who the best College Cod players are. At the end of today, Jesse, we will find out. My name is Seymour. With me, back on the decks with Cruz and Spaz, ready for some summer shenanigans. How's your summer been, bud?
It's been fantastic. We're back, though, and it's time to get into the nitty-gritty. We got to see a ton of fantastic COD yesterday. We're going to get to see more of it today, and yeah, call it. I mean, this has just been a really, really fun event. We love these little throwback, kickback tournaments that we get during the summer here, the off-season tournaments for CCL. It's a great time always, and we're in for another good one today.
Everybody's just looking for something to do right now. I mean, like, most people, spent their weekend maybe going to see Oppenheimer or Barbie, but we sat inside, we watched some CCL Alumni 1K, and we had a great time doing it. And I'm sure a lot of people watching did the exact same thing, or maybe even they went and saw the movies, too. I'd be jealous, in fact.
I mean, hey, I got Barbie tickets on Monday, that's for sure. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm actually kind of jealous about that, not gonna lie. But it's time to get into things, Jesse, because like I said, we have 6 teams going into this championship Sunday, looking for all the glory at the end of it. Why don't we talk a little bit about what we're going to be seeing throughout this bracket?
Yeah, absolutely. So it started with 26 teams. 8 groups. Now we're down to just the last 6 teams here, and you can see right here, this is the winners bracket. So 1 team from every single group made it out. Only the top team. So kind of high stakes, right? When you were in that group stage. Now you make it out. You can see here we have played through quite a bit of our winners bracket. We've got only 1 match left of the, winners bracket in general. We got the winners finals coming up. It's Team Noysii versus Team Priestley. That's going to be a banger of a matchup there. It's going to be very tough to beat this Team Noysii team, though, Colin. I won't lie.
I mean, that's to put it lightly. But I think this is the most anticipated matchup that I think I've had going into this College Cod Alumni 1K. Is can Kaiser's Kitten actually take it to Team Noysii right now? Because I mean, this is just a band of misfits who've been thrown together who have been performing exceptionally well. I mean, you have Priestley and Brandon from St. Clair. I mean, the two of them, you can't go without expecting them to be good. But before we kind of really talk about them, we got to talk about this Team Noysii team and introduce them for this matchup as well, because I mean, as much as you want to introduce them, they don't need many introductions right now. You got Noysii, Bink, Fame, Ghosty, a couple of back-to-back, couple of 2-time winners, and a couple of champions in their own rights.
A couple of okay players, right? I mean, this roster here. So, I mean, Team Noysii, if you guys don't know them, I guess we can do a little introduction. You got Noysii, Bink, Fame, and Ghosty on the team here today. And, I mean, what more can you really say about this? Like you said, Noysii, a CCL runner-up in Cold War, wasn't able to get the job done, lost to his own school. Bink, two-time CCL champion back-to-back the last 2 years with Northwood. Fame with him on that first Northwood win. And then Ghosty, who has just been a fantastic player in every single league that he has played in. And by the way, I mean, just played in the CDL all last season on Optic Texas. So, I mean, a fantastic player in his own right as well. So
back-to-back championship Sundays, back-to-back grand finals, too, in the CDL. He's a pretty good player, to say the least. And alongside that, you look at Fame and Ghosty of what they've accomplished this year, and you can't look at this Team Noysii, Jesse, without expecting anything less than greatness from these 4 players. So
sure,
it's going to be tough for anybody to take them down inside of College COD, but go up against them to see if they can take them down in winners final. We got Kaiser's Kittens, Priestley, Brandon, Kaiser, Calamity, a couple of St. Clair players, Kaiser from Purdue Northwest, and then Calamity from Shrine. So excited to see this roster, and if they can really be that, nemesis to Team Noysii today.
Yeah, that's what it's really going to come down to, right? Like, can these guys hit their moment and really pop off? Because let's be honest, I mean, you're going up against a roster like Noysii, Bink, Fame, and Ghosty. If you can come out here and get a win against these guys, even come out and pop off, it's going to be a very big opportunity for a lot of these players. I mean, I know it is just, kind of a throwback tournament at this point now that we're in the off season. I guess you could call it that. But still, you come out, you perform really well against these guys, you're going to make waves. Maybe you might even be able to get looked at by a couple challengers. Teams might be able to get picked up. You never really know, right?
I mean, if they take down Team Noysii today, Jesse, send them him the Supermax, let alone looked at by challengers teams. Just give them the full ride. Give them anything that they want if they can take down this team. It's going to be exciting to see when we get it. But to talk about the maps for today, Jesse, between these two teams, we get a best of 5 to start off here in the winners final, and I'm a little excited about this one because for the first time ever in Modern Warfare 2, and it was a long season, I get to cast an Expo control.
Me as well. We casted all season together. CCL did a little challenges here and there, whatever it was. We did not cast a single Expo all year long. But now, you know what, we're finally here, Colin. We get to cast an Expo, and then, of course, alongside it, Fortress Hardpoint to start us off, Embassy Search and Destroy, and then if we go the full distance, it's going to be an Embassy Hardpoint followed by that Mercado S&D to finish things off. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, Colin, this map one scares the heck out of me for Team Priestley because, I mean, one, we already know how good Ghosty is on Fortress. I can only imagine a map where it is just going to be straight up gunfight after gunfight and a slay fest. How hard this is going to be for Team Priestley to take this map off of Team Noysii.
But at the same time, Fortress can get scrappy, sure. I guess a lot of those lanes. It can. And I feel like if there's anywhere you want to go to, not have a game plan and just slay out, have a good time, see if you can, I guess, upset a team, I would go to Fortress if I wanted to upset somebody, and
we got a draw.
Away, we get a draw. Well, I mean, nobody was expecting that, but here we go. A draw for the first map on Fortress. Gonna have to, get things back and set up. But hey, like I was saying, if there's any map that I would want to go to, if I was looking to make an upset in a map 1 of a series, it would be a Fortress Hardpoint.
That's fair. I do like that point, too, because this is one of those maps, right, where you can really kind of spin things out of control. You can really snowball things as well. So, I mean, if Team Priestley comes out hot, they're shooting really well, they get a good big lead, and then you just play Money Hill after Money Hill, early rotate, keep trying to just lock out Team Noysii. Maybe that's the way that you can do it and you come out on top. So I do like that point from you. The only thing I'm scared of is that happening the opposite direction, right? Because if Team Noysii gets rolling, that's when things are going to get a little bit scary. That's when things are going to get rough for the likes of Team Priestley. And I mean, hey, we can take another look back at our maps here, Colin, because after that Fortress Hardpoint, we do have that Embassy Search and Destroy coming up right after as well. And I actually don't hate the Embassy S&D pick as well, because this is another map where, hey, if you hit something together, you're 4-man hitting a bomb site, really watching over your teammates well. This is another map that you can play really, really scrappy on as well.
Yeah, I know Kaiser's going to want to bring out that sniper, I'm pretty sure, too. I remember, a couple clips from him early on in the MW2 year when I saw him just firing away with that boomstick. So, the newly picked up Purdue Northwest player might be looking to make some waves against some top-tier players from Team Noysii if we do get to that, or when we do get to that map number 2. I'm right there with you. Embassy Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy in general is where a lot of teams can at least come in with set strategies and actually try to maneuver themselves around a team like Team Noysii. Maybe find that first blood, play off of it, get aggressive 4-man, hit up a site here and there. And there's going to be options when you go into that Embassy Search and Destroy, which I'm excited to see if Team Priestley actually take advantage of those options.
Absolutely. And then the Expo Control as that third map as well. I mean, this is another map where, I mean, if you can get a big wave of kills after securing one of the 2 points, you can absolutely run up that point very, very quickly with the way that you can spawn trap teams back towards snow, back towards the back of fire, right? And you can keep them spawning out very, very far on Expo as well. So it is a map where if you get a wave of kills as Team Priestley, way easier said than done against this Team Noysii team for sure. There is an opportunity for success against them.
There is, 100%. And I think the one thing on Expo, and a lot of people were saying, when Expo came into Modern Warfare 2's rotation, even in ranked play, for example, a lot of the people were talking about how you can still spawn trap. Like, why are we switching out Fortress for this map? But like at the same time,
it's different though.
You can get spawn trapped on this map, but you can. I think there's many different ways to break that spawn trap, and when you look at that map 3, and you're maybe thinking if your Team Priestley down in the series going into that control, I wouldn't want to just kind of like end it there for them in that spawn trap. I want to see this team really consider their options, really think about, what their next move is going to be for Team Noysii, who, might come out a little hot out the gates here. I think Team Priestley has an opportunity to really showcase what they're truly made of going into the series.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of going back to your point as well, Colin, on like why we're playing this map over like a map like Fortress as well. I mean, maybe one of every, 15, 20 Fortress offensive rounds were won. I see offensive rounds all the time won on Expo, right? So, I mean, there is that. And when you are spawn trapped on Expo versus a map like Fortress, you can see right here in our map fly, and I know we're going to hardpoint right now, but you got 3 choke points to jump out of. At least when you go to Expo, there's a few ways maybe you can play together. You rewrap your spawn, a few different things that you can do, but it's time to lock back in, though, Colin. We're going back to Fortress. We can load back in here for map 1. Hopefully this time Priestley doesn't throw his nade onto the cannon directly in front of him. He actually gets that over to the benches. And you know what? Maybe we'll be in for a scrap here on P1.
Yeah, take 2. Let's run it. Starting off with Noysii 2, one of the most sought-out challengers SMGs from the year, alongside Fame, who's going to be looking to be quite the nuisance against Team Priestley. Now hopping in the hill, looking for a little bit extra. Priestley's just going to be tucked away. He goes 1 for 1, but time right off the drop. Team Noysii looking to soak it all up.
Yeah, good break off there. They are not going to immediately flip the spawns. It looks like one player in Priestley is still going to be over at Gallows. The rest of the players all going to spawn out very, very quickly here. So, I mean, a dream break off for Team Noysii there. A lot of really good kills going their way. And now looking just to completely zone out Priestley. And it's just Brandon left middle of the map right now.
Now this is perfect from Noysii to start things off. They flip Team Priestley. Now looking to transition over towards Gallows. I'd like to see some of those red arrows start. Focus on the rotation over towards P2. Take Fortress control. Still a little tunnel vision on that P1. Only going to get 3 seconds of scrap time from that break. And now, I feel like, Jesse, this is the utmost hard part, because you look at player number 6, Vink, who's going to spawn out, now has a pinch onto Brandon. The collapse is there. It's a 2 for 2. So Priestley might be looking to breathe a little bit of life into this team. For the break back into it, Priestley's going to fire away inside that hill, take down Noysii, get his team into it, but can they hold on?
Nice, and you do get a big break here, right? Everybody gets inside of the hill. Now you can start to at least rack up a little bit of time here. But Team Noysii, I mean, they're not going to go down without a fight. Already fighting from the back of Gallows. But again, Priestley's team, they will break in. They'll get onto the point. And you can see Team Noisy's actually decided, hey, you know what? We're just going to give this up. It's fine. Let's just go across the map. We'll get a full setup over at the new hill. They want to get this full setup for Fountain going. And you've got Ghosty locking down middle of the map. This is going to be a very, very tough setup to break here for Team Priestley.
You don't need P2, but however, P3, this is a must-win hill if you want to find a victory at the end of a Fortress hardpoint. So, I mean, Team Noysii just playing fundamental at this point, and it's where Noysii on the heady, watching the rotation through maps. Kaiser's going to rip him off. That one decimates Noysii from that railing. However, Big steps up, finds a 3-piece the other way, and Noysii back into the driver's seat.
Just a casual 3-piece from Big there. I mean, I know a few of them were weak, but just a casual 3-piece from Big, just to drop them down. Ghosty, oh, I thought he was about to pair up 2 of his own as well. Not going to be the case, but still, I mean, just you get in at least there if you're Team Priestley. You get the back 20 seconds now, but then you're going to have to do this all over again across the map. Ghosty's going to be set up in open. Everybody going to be looking now to wrap all the way across. Ghosty's going to re-wrap back through mid, but it's some beautiful shots from Brandon there to shut them down, possibly now create an open lane for Team Priestley to make it out through the middle of the map.
Shutout Kaiser and Cal heading into this match so far, playing great. I'd say the 2 misfits on Team Priestley. Jesse, when you're looking at this roster, obviously you can look at Priestley and you could just tell that this is a guy who is going to play really well from the history that he's had inside College COD. But Kaiser and Cal yesterday were playing fantastic, and against a team like Team Noysii, they're still playing really good on this Fortress.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's staying right around even, right? And that's what's going to be really, really important right now, is to make sure you can lock down a ton of time, make sure nobody's getting outslayed too heavily against a team of a lot of very professional players here on this Team Noysii team. So that's going to be the the main important part if you're Team Priestley. Now, the matter of being able to get that done, easier said than done. And so far here in this game, I mean, they're doing the dang thing, but holding down to this hard point has not been the easiest so far. Fame on 5 HP will be able to lock down the rest of this time. It looks like it's going to be the last little, 5 seconds. And when you look across the map, this is the big thing, Colin, is Team Priestley's being out-rotated, 4 to 5 hills now? This needs to change if they want a chance of beating this.
Gotta start thinking proactively. Fame, 5 HP pops off. Another casual 3-piece for Team Noysii. On the submachine gun. Evan Fame. Lethal. Cal. Big win against Bink. Now looking for more. Brandon on the pinch. 2 go down for Team Noysii. Now the collapse for Priestley squad. Looking to see if they can uproot these players from the hill. Brandon's going to find that last little notch to take him down. Now hopping in to soak up much needed time here with 30 seconds on the clock. Noysii and squad going to spawn over towards the gallows. You do have Fame through the middle of the map. Hops in. Ghosty there. Finishes off Priestley's. The break back in for Team Noysii solid.
It's a big 30 seconds. They need to break back into this. At least need to get Fame out of this hill here. They'll throw the nade. Maybe Kaiser can fly and try to get the player out of the corner. They do. Fantastic play. At least get them off the time. You know, you might not be locking it down, but at least you don't dig that hole any deeper here. But it's going to be, a 90-point lead here for Team Noysii at the end of the first set of rotations. And I mean, already, though, Team Priestley putting up a better fight than we saw in Fortress yesterday against this Team Noysii team.
Yeah, it's more than 13 points, Jesse. That is for sure. Priestley now going to break into that P1. Hops in for time. Cal watching over him from that benches. We look at Brandon's setup. He's going to be watching the cut through mid. Noisie's on his way to hopefully hunt down this lurking player, but Brandon finds another one, so that's just slowing down Team Noysii as best as they can. Priestley's going to win a big fight inside the hill. Finds the second onto Noysii as well. Priestley going huge for the team.
Yeah, speaking about doing the damn thing, Priestley doing it right now inside of P1, locking down a good chunk of time here for Team Priestley that we've seen so far, and Cal will be able to hop back in. They'll be able to lock down a little bit more time. A 3-piece goes down. 10 seconds left here on P1. Team Priestley's got Noysii spawning all the way out at Fountain. Colin, this is their best chance of locking down a good chunk of time here over at P2.
Kaiser. Players right in front of him. Shots into the first one. Finishes off Fame. Noysii with low on HP still wins that fight. So now numbers advantage to Team Noysii on the break. Priestley gonna be in a little bit of a pickle here. The nades come through. Finishes off Priestley with a bang. Brandon now has to drop down. The break from the front from Team Noysii. Looking for the kills in the back. Ghosty's gonna get the job done. They flip things out. Now the other way. Team Priestley needs this break. They need it to go fast. However, they don't know that there's going to be a player flanking. It's Fame all the way through the fortress. Takes down Priestley. Slows them down once more. A couple of kills for Team Priestley keeps this alive, Jesse. And they're just holding on by strings.
Yeah, consistently throughout that whole hill, holding on to those back spawns, making it very tough for Team Noysii to get a good chunk of time on that hill. They'll hold on to the back 10 here. And, you know, call it was a 90-point game. They brought this one back to within 40 points here. Team Priestley, they're doing it. They're making their way back in. And we do not have that same solid setup we saw at P3 the last time through for Team Noysii. Only 2 players here. And you can see Team Priestley knows it too, as they are being very proactive through the middle of the map right now looking for these players.
Early cruise missile from Fame. Just hoping to keep things even. A spawn out from Bink. So if Team Priestley take their sweet time here, there will be a pinch, and so it is. Kaiser's going to be shot in the back. Bink's going to take him down. Cal with the high ground advantage. A couple kills going the way of Team Priestley. Now for the break. Brandon pops a 2-piece. Breaks that hill. And the rest of Team Priestley follow in suit. Lovely, lovely play there.
What's so unfortunate, though, Colin, as great as that play was there was only 2 players on hill for Team Noysii, and they still got the front 30 seconds uncontested there on this P3 hill. A fantastic job done by those 2 players in particular, just to be able to hold things down. And now the foot race across the map. It will be Team Priestley, the first team here. Noysii was trying to hit Priestley with the movement there, not able to get the job done, but they do win out on a lot of the other gunfights until Fame pops too, and now will be the first player to hop inside the hill.
I mean, Team Priestley have brought this back to a 40-point game, Jesse. This is a very competitive Fortress hardpoint out of Team Priestley, and they're making it look really good. against the team to beat so far in the CCL Alumni Tournament. So now looking to see if they can find this upset. 3 players break instantly, just drop like flies. They're going to clean up Noysii as well. Only 1 kill for Noysii as Team Priestley hop into this hill for 30 seconds. This would bring them right back into the game if they soak up every single ounce of it. With a break from the top, Bink getting hopped through that window with Fame. Kaiser here has to get the kill. Bounces out. Back in he goes. Brandon a little bit of help, but Bink still going to find the kill. Now through the bottom of Art. Brandon, 6 in a row. Takes down Ghosty on the inside. Brandon, you got to be kidding me. Gets the second onto Bink as well. What a play from Team Priestley.
Brandon really stepping up to the plate right now for Team Priestley. 26 and 16. 10 positive running the SMG inside of that building there. Absolutely massive plays. And now you got a cruise missile for the later portions of this game. Colin, they are bringing this one back. You've got the setup here for P5. This looks fantastic here for Team Priestley right now.
Wait a minute. I mean, they got it, Jesse. You're right. They're in. And there's so much time on this hill to get. Noysii's going to alleviate that pressure for a second. Oh, my God. Oh, Noysii and Ghosty just piece them apart. Brandon's going to at least find 2, but it's just not enough.
You do get really split spawns here, though, for Team Priestley. So an opportunity at a pinch. Cal will find the first one on the back line. Ghosty immediately will trade it out. And now the rest of the players all going to be funneling through bottom maps.
Looks like Team Noysii, I mean, this is where they felt the pressure and they're okay with the pressure. This team has played up against some of the best, and now you look at them to finish the job here on this Fortress hardpoint. 8 more seconds. Fame is hunting them down 5 in a row. Now inside this hill, only 7 seconds left for Team Priestley to break. Kaiser's going to end that streak. Kaiser drops down for 2. Ghosty's here to see if you can take down these 2 players. Looking underneath the van. Nothing's going to be there. Priestley through the middle of the map. Cuts down another 2-piece for Team Priestley. And they're staying alive, Jesse. 5 seconds for Team Noysii, but Priestley are in the hill.
They are. They cannot win it here, though, so they need to make sure they stay on this for all the time. Can't even give a little bit of scrap time here to Team Noysii, but they're doing it right now.
Wow.
Another 4 kills go the way of Team Priestley. You keep them spawning out towards back fountain. This is exactly what you need to be doing right now if you're Team Priestley. You keep them spawning out. You keep them out of this hill. Now you put yourself 15 seconds away from closing this game out. Unfortunately, you don't have the tick to close this, so we are going to end up going back to a P2, and now Fame in the back line doesn't find the last kill. You're right, there is a spawn out. This is going to need to be a massive break here from Team Priestley.
Noysii's going to be anchoring the spawn. 7 seconds for Team Priestley. 5 seconds for Team Noysii. And 3 go down for Team Priestley. Make it 4. So as good as it looks, as competitive as it was, it ends with a quick sweep under the rug from Team Noysii as they set up for P2 and put it to rest.
Wow. I mean, Colin, I don't think we were expecting that when we saw a 90-point lead at one point for Team Noysii throughout that map 1. But dang, Team Priestley, kudos to them. They bring it all the way back. They made that a very, very, very competitive Fortress hardpoint. But unfortunately, the same outcome I think a lot of people were expecting at the start of that ends up coming through towards the end. But everybody on the side of Team Priestley positive. That's what you like to see there from them. They're shooting back. They are keeping this one very competitive. Colin, I think we're going to be in for a good series here off that map 1, if it says anything.
I mean, hey, we're headed into a search and destroy, and we know that in search, anything can happen. And when you're playing a hard point like that, this is why I was looking at Team Priestley, and on pen and paper, I knew when I saw these names, this is going to be a match that I want to see. And we get it for a winner's final. It doesn't get better than that. Both of these teams are fighting for that grand final position, that chance to be in the money for top 2. And Team Priestley are putting up one hell of a fight. And you can get it, or you can give all the praise to 2 players in particular for Team Priestley. Brandon and Kaiser, who on rotation were being demons.
Absolutely. I mean, what, Brandon popped 7 in a row at one point there throughout that game. That second set of rotations was all Team Priestley. They really, really brought that game back. And, I mean, Brandon was, what, positive 10 to 15, somewhere around that by the end of that game. I'm sure we'll see the final stats after the highlights here, but yeah, I mean, they did a great job just keeping the game just close enough where it never got too out of reach. This was probably the biggest differential in the game, was at 90 points at the end of the first set of rotations, but they really brought it back into that second set. They did a great job on P1 in the rotations through second rotation and third rotation of just keeping Team Noysii spawning back Fountain, not letting them get any time there on that P1 hill. Just unfortunately, you know what, they lost the foot race at the very end of the game there. It came down to one really big one-on-one. Noysii was able to take it over Kaiser and put the game away at the very end. But I mean, Colin, I don't want to obviously put anybody down, anything like that. I was expecting a much larger differential, I think, there inside of that game one. So to see Team Priestley come out play that competitive throughout game number one, that makes me very happy to see for the rest of the series.
I mean, no, they're not top challengers players. No, they're not CDL players. But Team Priestley, I mean, if you didn't have respect on the names of these players before this, you have to have it right now. Because this team of four really showing up and representing what the heart of these college COD players are truly made of. Brandon, 31 and 21 to end that. He finishes positive 10, Jesse, 24 non-traded kills, 3.6k damage towards the end. Each player on Team Priestley finishing with 3k or above.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you need to do, right? If you're Team Priestley, you got to just keep it pumping. I mean, you had two players on Team Noysii that actually ended up going negative in Fame and Noysii as well. So, I mean, technically, if you look at the slaying prowess, Team Priestley had them beat throughout that game. It's just unfortunate that they went down so early and that Team Noysii had a couple really good setups in that first set of rotations that really kind of drove that nail into the coffin and made it very tough to be able to come back early inside of that game. And it's just unfortunate that you didn't get that spark until in that second set of rotations.
Yeah, but I mean, you're feeling on top of the world, taking Team Noysii to a 7-point differential on a Fortress hardpoint. I said, Jesse, if there's any map that you wanted to go to upset this team, I would go to a Fortress hardpoint. And right there, we see exactly why Team Priestley wanted that for map number 1. Embassy Search and Destroy coming up next, and this is one that you wanted to see. I am excited for Team Priestley going into this one because obviously they went into that Fortress hardpoint with a plan. They executed that plan almost to perfection, Jesse, in that second set of rotations. Now heading into the Embassy, can they ride that momentum going into our map 2?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, right? This is, again, a map where it can be really scrappy, but it can also be really slow at times as well when you go into this map. You need to make sure that you're playing as a full four-man. Everybody needs to know what they're doing, what their job is throughout each round of the game so that you can make sure that you guys are picking up. Just get that first one. You get that first player, you play off each other's backs like crazy through the rest of it. Make sure your flanks are on point, everything like that here. Because this map, as small as it is, can still be very large in the big perspective of everything there.
Well, I hope to see, on top of that, I hope to see maybe Kaiser pull out the sniper, make it a little bit smaller of a map, see if you can lock down some of those angles. I think, for sure, we'd probably see that Ghosty sniper come out on Embassy Search and Destroy. I would expect it, but
I would think so as well.
On top of the Kaiser boomstick, it's a big question because Brandon played so good in that map number 1 on this AR role, transitioning to, a much slower game mode where now that AR is a little less dynamic than you would have on a Fortress hardpoint. Will you see the same effects from Brandon? Because on this St. Clair roster in the past, Jesse, and, you and I were talking about this in the green room heading into this tournament, Brandon was kind of that guy who was found, I would say, the most growth on this team prior to this, to this year. I would say he was a very hot and cold player where he would have those 31 and 21 games. Then the next game he would struggle in the Search and Destroys, where that St. Clair team definitely showed that was their, roughest game mode.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that when you look at Brandon, he's found a ton of consistency this year, right? Like, that was probably the biggest thing with not just Brandon, but also that St. Clair roster in general, was finding consistency through all 3 game modes, being able to be good at not just the respawn modes, but also at search and destroy. And they really put it all together this year. They looked like a much more complete, well-rounded team this year. Cal will have that sniper. Oh my God, if he had a shot through the wall to start the game off, that would have been absolutely nuts. Nonetheless, they will find that first blood, and bomb will start to go down immediately here.
Ooh, Cal's got to be careful. That's big on top AC. Not a player that you just want to take lightly, but Kaiser getting that first blood, getting that plant down is going to put Team Priestley in a fantastic spot for the post plant. Take a look at 7. Noysii already wrapping this flank. Cal's going to be under quite a lot of pressure now that the sub-machine gun's going to be able to run him down. 25 seconds of the clock. Cal with the pistol. Noysii didn't stand a chance. Now Kaiser, a little bit of a pinch play, still walks away with Ghosty. 2 versus 1 for Bink, and the sniper's locking it down.
Absolutely beautiful there. Great execution from Team Priestley inside of round number 1 there. Cal doesn't get the wall bang through the door off the bat, but you know what? He calls out, hey, I got some aim assist on this player. They wait for them to jump out bottom orange. They get that first blood, and then that bomb goes down immediately. And this is exactly what I was talking about, Colin. It's what you need to do. You get that first blood, you play as a 4 off the back of each other, and then you absolutely have every chance in the world of taking any rounds off of Team Noysii here, and they already take a 1-0 lead.
I thought Noysii had him dead to rights. I can't believe Cal got that kill with the pistol, but here we go. Ghosty sniper out. Watching same angle as Cal. Kaiser's gotta be a little bit careful here. Going to now spot out that sniper rifle. So information to the rest of the team. And while Bank playing out over towards this patio, Brandon's gonna rip him off that heady.
Brandon is shooting different right now here inside of this day. And we already get another first blood. Priestley going to put some good shots into Fame as well. And Fame's going to have to back up as his rest of the team is going to start to fall. Noysii goes down, and that's 2 in the round now for Brandon. Ghosty needs to find some value out of the sniper here.
4v2, Team Priestley, all the map control that they could ask for. Cal now watching the back spawns of the attackers. Fame stuck inside of the embassy. And Ghosty's got to be the one to break this. But now he's spotted out by Brandon. Almost hits the shot. Kaiser's going to get the call to maybe dive at this one, but instead just forcing pressure onto the sniper rifle. Oh my goodness, Kaiser dives at him.
You got to love that play. The patience from Team Priestley there. Not only do you not see an overchow, but you see Ghosty down low. You know that he has a sniper, and Kaiser fully respects that off the bat. They do see that he pushes up, the only player left in a 1v4. Then you fly at him. You didn't want to give him that easy chance at being able to take that snipe earlier inside of the round. You'd never give it to them, and you get a nice quick 2-0 lead here for Team Priestley. Cal on 2-0, Brandon on 3-0. A really, really good start here for these two guys. And we'll see what they decide to do with the bomb this time through. It is going to be Priestley carrying that bomb once again. Cal sniping through middle of the map. Won't find any immediate value with that. And I think what we are going to need to watch out for is the possibility of Noysii going on a big flank.
Oh, that and first blood for Ghosty is going to take down Kaiser this time around. Early trade out of Priestley. Reads the wrap through mid. Fame has to back down and respect that, so he's going to give up that angle, wrap into the embassy, see if you can take it towards the spawn of the attackers, where doesn't seem like Cal's going to be ready for it at all. Noisie's going to catch him looking the wrong way. Brandon should be able to trade this out. I'm not sure if Noisie's going to be able to hear this. No, he won't. So Priestley might be under a lot of pressure, but Brandon at least picking up a little bit of that slack, though. Priestley goes down. That's bomb down. A nice raid out of Fame to catch Brandon in the stairwell.
Yeah, great read there. I mean, you knew they were on the flank. They had to have been somewhere close. You don't hear them break through that back window. So then you immediately are just going to go check towards stairs. Catches Brandon off guard there. And now you get a 2-1 lead only. I mean, that was a close 2-2 at the end there. Like 2v2 right at the very end of that life count column. But, I mean, just not able to get the job done. And you're not going to win every round, right? If you're Team Priestley here against this Team Noysii team. But you know what? They do get one on the board. Now it's time to see what Team Noysii are going to decide to do with the bomb. Last round through, it was an early pick for Team Priestley that stopped Team Noisie's push dead in its tracks. This time through, it will be Fame finding that first blood onto Priestley. This could very much so open up the B-bomb, and the bomb is already going down.
I feel like that's really going to make or break this Priestley team. Can you get that first pick? If not, can you play your life? Because retaking a site against Team Noysii at a player differential is going to be almost nearly impossible. Ghosty's going to take down Cal with the sniper. Nice shot there towards top planters of the AC. Brandon taking a sweet old time through the middle of the map and hearing all of the information up top inside paper. Fame expecting the flank. Brandon is not there to be seen. Kaiser now looking to get aggressive onto Bink. Head glitch is going to be good for the ARs. Brandon cut out through the middle of the map. Seal walks away with the kill, but there's no time, Jesse. It's Team Noisy is going to tie up this search and destroy with an exceptional attacking round. Off of that first blood, they get the bomb down, they plant it, and they hold that post plant.
Yeah, and that post plant was crazy, too. You had a player top paper, player top PD, and you had a player sitting up over towards the tennis courts as well, just on the ground. I mean, how do you break that, right? I mean, you even saw Kaiser do some crazy movement to fly across top AC, get down behind that planter, and Ghosty just said, all right, thank you for showing me that, and just takes their head straight off with the sniper there in that situation. It's unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes here on Embassy. You get that bomb down at B, it is just a tough break to get back for your team there in that situation. And oh my god, this is a great push here from Team Noisy. They all wrap through middle of the map, they find the bomb planter, and immediately you get a man advantage, but it did get broken back right away.
Double swing through mid from Noisy. Puts that bomb into a very tough spot. However, they are dealing with the pressure quite well. Kaiser going to sniff out Noisy with the help of Cal. And now Fame on a mission here, looking to hunt these players down. Door is going to be closed, but Kaiser has no idea what's about to come for him through this door. It's Noisy. And, well, it's actually Fame. I was wrong about that one.
Oh,
Fame's going to hear the information, the dive through, and he's just playing this info, listening as best as he can for the rotation over towards A. They still don't have the bomb. Jesse, Fame's going to take down Kaiser. Team Priestley haven't recovered the bomb, and there's 23 seconds.
It's hard to get this bomb in that spot, and Cal will find another one as well. Now you leave it all just down to Fame versus Cal and Brandon. 1v2 will find one, so this is definitely possible, but 11 seconds left. You need to pick that bomb up, or you need to find the gunfight win here. Brandon will grab it. Does he have time to get this down? I don't think he does.
He let go.
Yeah, he didn't have time.
He went for the plant, but he expected the chow out of Fame. And I mean, Kevin Fame, you put him in that situation 9 times out of 10. He's going to win it. And it's just the patience out of him, too, to slowly creep past paper, sit on the other side of that door, listen to Kaiser and what he's doing. I mean, whether or not Kaiser jumps out the window or breaks through that door, Fame was in the spot to shut down that play. And just by communication in total, Team Noisy win that.
Yeah, and I mean, the first blood as well was just absolutely crazy, right? Because you get that planter and that bomb, like you called early, just down in a terrible spot. And now, you know, Team Noisy, they're starting to cook a little bit here, Colin. And Brandon will, you know, get another one. He is playing exceptionally well at the moment. But now a 3v2 for Team Noisy and everybody pushing up towards this A site. Cal needs to go massive. Oh, he couldn't get it down, and now this bomb will go down. Kaiser in a 1v3 with a sniper in hand. This is going to be extremely tough to break.
Can't even get out the window. Well, yeah, I mean, Brandon's been playing good, but he's in a spot where that van is just going to blow up, and Noisy from the grave takes him down. So, bombs down at A. Kaiser's got the sniper. You already see the wrap, too, from Bink to watch the cross through the middle of the map. Now the respect is being shown from Team Noisy. Like, back in the Fortress, you know, things were really scrappy. I think Team Noisy were playing very confident. And now in the Embassy Search and Destroy, after going down 0-2, that's 4 rounds in a row where now Team Noisy are showing the respect. And you can see that that respect is almost unbearable.
Yeah, it's one of those moments, right, where you look at the boys, you hit those fist bumps, and it's say, all right, time to lock in. And that's what we're seeing here now. And like you said, a lot of respect coming out of them as well. They're getting that first blood, and they're also sitting back and just kind of waiting for things to develop now on the map, not just kind of full flying at the other team. A player who I am surprised to kind of see struggling right now, though, Colin, I will say, is Priestley at 1-5. Just a player that you're just not used to seeing struggle very much here. If they can pick it up through the back half of this map here, that could be very, very big for Team Priestley.
He's been in a tough role as a bomb carrier. I think, a lot of light has been shined on Brandon and Kaiser, but Priestley's really been doing the dirty work for this team. Brandon, lovely read, sniffs out Fame, just hiding in a little corner. And that's going to be the green light to go at A. Bink's the only one here to stop it, but Cal's watching it. And everything falling apart for Team Noysii here in round number 7. It's going to have to be a retake. Ghosty's got the sniper. Noysii going to be alongside him, but as soon as you lose that wingman there, Ghosty just all alone against the odds. Well, okay.
Ghosty was waiting for an opportunity to do something magical there inside of that round, and unfortunately never gets the opportunity there. Priestley will peek the corner at the very end of the round, just sees Ghosty laying down like, oh, you're not supposed to be here. Easy clean up there. Nice clean round as well out of the side of Team Priestley. They don't lose anybody. They get the bomb down. It's exactly what you want. They start to bring it back, and they needed that round too. They lost 4 straight there to Team Noysii. You just needed 1 just to get back on the board, build back up a little bit of momentum towards yourself. Now you can start to lock it in, start to fly out of bomb site, figure out how you want to do this. And speaking of how you want to do this, Team Noysii, it looks like it's going to be a heavy hit through middle of the map. No contention here into bottom laundry. You do end up losing out on 1, losing out on 2, and now Fame needs to make this play. This needs to be a big play coming through Kitchen now.
Welcome back, Kaiser's Kittens. Priestley alive. I mean, Jesse, you talked about him. He was 1-5. Now that's 3 kills in a row. To bring this whole game back brings Team Noysii to a standstill. And Bink on his knees right now, praying, hoping that something is thrown his way, but only thing thrown his way is a shot from that sniper.
Oh, man. That must have been a crazy shot at the end there. We'll get to see it right here. Oh, I hope I didn't call it a crazy shot. Yeah, no, it was a hard scope. Unfortunate. I thought he may have just flicked on him, but nope. It was just going to be a easy little shot. Waits for him to jump at the door. Finishes them off. But yeah, Colin, I mean, we were talking about it, and I mean absolutely zero hate to Priestley, anything like that, when I was saying that they were struggling, but they were
more.
I mean, they were 1-5, and I have really very rarely seen Priestley not go positive in a map. He's a fantastic player, always has been for that St. Clair roster, and it's great now. Starting to pick it up. You can see they win 2 rounds back to back here, and now Priestley and the rest of the team, they're going to look to fly out paper. Do you get tagged up now? It's just going to be a little bit of a backup here, and both teams showing a lot of respect here in this round number 9.
Yeah, Noysii especially too, just listening for that push over towards B. Priestley's going to dive out the window, hope to get this bomb planted, but as soon as he does, Noysii should be able to jump up and knock it down. So bomb's going to go down, Kaiser's going to fly, dead silence popped, finds the kill into the back, that's Bink. Still losing out on a second one is going to keep Team Priestley at the disadvantage, opens the door, makes a lot of noise, Fame's there waiting. And Team Noysii back into the patient, respectable, dominating team that we know and love.
Yeah, and they know that Cal has this sniper. He's had it all game long. So the odds of you wanting to push this, not very high. Ghosty just snaking the heck out of the van, out of the truck there. And yeah, they find him. Oh, Cal with the nade, though. This could be a good play. Cook the nade. Blow up Ghosty. We'll send you back to Optic, Texas. And now we'll see what Cal can do.
Leaks? 15 seconds. 1v2. Cal's in a great spot. Dead silence going to be popped, but are they both going to line up for you? Noisy's in the window, spots it out, backs down, goes back in, though. Why not? Team Noysii back into the lead. They take 5. They're on map point. See if they can go up 2-0 in this series.
Yeah, just simply not enough time there, right? I mean, it took a long time to even find that first one onto Ghosty there. And unfortunately, yeah, when you're rewrapping the whole map like that, trying to pick that bomb back up when it's down there, very, very tough, especially with 0 info in that situation. You get the first one, but unfortunately, the 1v3 not able to come through. And now Team Priestley need to do something special here. They need to find a round. You do have the defense at the very least. And I'm interested to see if this round plays out very similar to the last one, where you have 2 teams just playing very slow on each other. And it actually looks like Team Priestley is going to heavily stack over towards A. Cal's going to watch middle. And what a shot with the sniper.
Insane reaction time out of Cal. Trying university player who put himself on the map heading into next year, Modern Warfare 3. Gotta watch out for Cal, man. He's been great this weekend. That silence for Priestley already on the flank, but window's not going to be open, so gonna have to really play his cards right. It's all down to timing for Priestley to make this play.
Absolutely. And I think if you're Priestley, you just sit back there now. You don't try to break through the window. You don't drop down. You wait for them to get the point that all three players are kind of looking this way. Then you engage.
Here it is.
And you can see here it comes.
Fame's playing the bomb. Ghosty's watching over him. Priestley gets the one. Can't finish Fame, but stops the plant. 35 seconds. Cal down to 28 HP. The rotation over towards A is definitely quite viable for Team Noysii, as everybody from Team Priestley stacked on B.
I think it's the only play right now, but they're going to re-wrap back over towards B, take some shots. They see the players up top, and now here comes the rotation.
Time's been burned, and look at Priestley. He's already rotating back over towards P2 hardpoint. And Priestley's going to be the one to at least get this info and deny map control forward for Team Noysii. Maybe even get a kill. Maybe even get 2 kills. Why not, Priestley? Let's take it to round 11.
I mean, from 1-5, now 7-6. A fantastic job there from Priestley and Call. What a series we have going on right now. Everybody's going to wait. They're going to get our daddies back as we come into this one. What was it? A 7-point hard point map 1. Now we go to our round 11 here in map 2. This first blood in round 11 is going to be everything.
I mean, Team Noysii, this team has been locked in and yet quite loose at the same time. And, you know, which one are we going to see in this round 11? Are we going to see them kind of patient, waiting for Team Priestley to make the mistake, or flying at a site and kind of giving up that first blood?
Oh, never mind. All right. I thought we might see an A hit, but immediately it's just going to be a B hit. But Priestley's team is taking 0 map control. They also were expecting a full A hit right off the rip. They have no map control right now, though, but luckily for them, Team Noysii is not being aggressive either, and neither team wanting to give up this first blood.
Oh, both teams quite scared, actually, in this round 11. Team Priestley playing out of their minds inside of this embassy, search and destroy. Ghosty watching that flank, denies Priestley, feeding that information over towards player number 6, Fame, who's hunting down.
I think they saw Kaiser in the corner.
I don't
Maybe not.
think they have just yet. If they didn't know, now they do. Fame's going to give it up. Kaiser gets away.
Wow, this round 11 has been crazy. Almost a minute off the clock. Nobody down yet. The bomb still top embassy, and the rest of the players on Team Priestley not moving an inch. They don't want to give any first blood opportunity away to Team Noysii.
Now it's time. Cal is going to be the one to spot this. The shoulder of Bink. That's the kill. 21 seconds. And now you need to go, Team Noysii. Fame's going to be in a spot to take Kaiser down. 3 versus 3. Bomb being planted. Stun checks there. They know. And the help is too. Ghosty takes down Callan towards the back. Brandon hoping somebody gets over aggressive, but nobody's going to be there. It is orange control for number 8. Ghosty looking for top AC. And he is going to be in a spot to shut this whole game down. Priestley on the flank with the Vaznev. They should know this as well. Ghosty got that earlier info, and here comes Brandon. Fame's inside. Noisy's in orange. Ghosty teasing with the idea of walking out that door. 19 seconds left. Brandon finds Noysii. Priestley's going to be inside side now. Takes down Ghosty. 1 versus 2. Fame versus the 2 players on Team Priestley to clutch this one up. But all you need is 1 kill, and Fame's going to take the map.
That's so unfortunate. You have no idea where Fame is going to come from at the end. They could have came from top PD. I'm pretty sure that's what Priestley was watching. And unfortunately, they come out the bottom doors towards tennis. They get that player off the bomb. What a fabulous round 11. I think that was the longest round 11 I may have ever watched, Colin. It took forever to get that bomb down. It took forever to get a first blood, and then it still came down to the last 5 seconds and needing to stop the player on the defuse. What a map between these two teams.
I mean, I can't believe that Brandon got that kill onto Noysii, jumping the 360 off of top AC to take him down on the bomb was absolutely disgusting. But man, oh man, Jesse, if you came into the series expecting that it was going to be a smoke for Team Noysii, I mean, Team Priestley are putting on right now. They are entertaining the masses.
Are you not entertained? That's all I gotta say, right? I mean, that was a crazy map there. A very, very slow start for Team Priestley after going up an initial 2-0. They lose those 4 rounds in a row. Priestley had a very rough start to the game as well at 1-5. And, I mean, you got to think if maybe Priestley got it together a little bit earlier on in the map, if they didn't go down and lose those 4 straight in a row, there was a very high chance they could have won this map. I mean, a very high chance they could have won this map even so at the end there, right? I mean, it came down to that final 1v2 and Fame getting that player off of the bomb. I mean, it's unfortunate to say the least, but a great, great game there between the two. And when it comes down to a final 1v2, that shot was disgusting. When it comes down to a final 1v2, it really comes down to just needing to make the clutch play. And at the end of the day, Fame made that clutch play that you needed.
Yeah, it's hard too from, Team Priestley's perspective in that 1 versus 2 because it's a guessing game. Fame didn't really give away a lot of information on where he was towards this last little play until that moment. He was leaving everything on to Noysii and Ghosty to finish it off, and he was just the safeguard of the team at the end there. Just kind of like, if you guys go down, don't worry, I'll clutch up. I'm in the spot to win this game, and he got it done. Team Priestley, a little bit, I'd say, heartbreaking so far. This series has been a 7-point hard point loss and a round 11 1 versus 2 loss. That's back-to-back games where, although Team Noysii have cleaned up very, confidently and cleanly, it's still been shaky. It's still been close. And you look back at the scoreboard here in game number 2, it's been the Brandon show.
It has been. It really has been. Brandon was, positive 10 in map number 1, now 10 and 4 here in map number 2. Priestley really brought that game back as well, by the way. 9 and 6 to finish that off after a 1 and 5 start. Really brings it back. Cal was hitting some crazy shots. Kaiser, maybe a little bit quieter of a game, but still only 1 negative there for them at 7 and 8 to close that one out. They're slaying. They are absolutely bringing the slaying that they need to Team Noysii. It just comes down to the ice at the moment. And right now, Team Noysii got it. 8 points in total between 2 maps. 1 point in the search, 7 in the hard point, and a 2-0 lead for Team Noysii somehow here in the series.
Somehow. It's been neck and neck. It's been close, folks. But Jesse, the time you and I have been waiting for. We got Expo Control coming up next. Map number 3. Team Priestley looking to take a map off of Team Noysii. Third time might be the charm. We're going to have to wait and see. You're watching the CCL Alumni 1K. We'll see you on the other side of this break. Welcome back. A short little break, but Jesse, I didn't want to stay too far away from this game because it's been nothing but entertaining since the beginning. A 7-point hard point on the Fortress, a hard point that we saw in map number 1, round 11 in map number 2 back on Embassy. That's leading us into now an Expo Control for map number 3. Can Team Priestley finally break through this wall that is Team Noysii?
That's the big question, right? Because it's been close. It has been so close. 7-point game, 1 round search and destroy away from being able to go up 2-0 against Team Noysii. Instead, you find yourselves down 2-0 against Team Noysii. But like you said, you know what? It's okay. We're going to Expo. And you know what, Colin? Honestly, if there was any time to take the first map off Team Noysii here in a tournament, it would be our very first ever Expo Control that me and you get to cast this season.
Yeah, it would be not only an upset, but a core memory for you and I. I definitely say that. I think one thing that, you and I were touching on in the start that still is very apparent going into this map 3, that Team Priestley are right now treading on thin ice because you're down 0-2 against this team, and now heading into Expo, gotta be worried about those spawn traps, and you have to take your time and really think about what your next move is. But how about that for a start? 3K over towards A. They stopped the first offense.
It's a great start. Ghosty, the only player that is up right now in any kind of forward progress on the map here. Just kind of sitting up and towards top chalet. We'll push out. We'll be able to find one, immediately trade it out in fire, though. And it looks like Team Noysii does not want to give up on going towards A off the rip here. They want to grab this A zone immediately. But, I mean, if they go over towards B, it's kind of open right now.
Yeah, it might be a little bit open. Only player there really is Priestley. And, even he's been a little hot and cold this series. But Cal's looking to clean up. Noysii reads it, snaps around. Little spinorama there, and even more flies at Kaiser, who does take down Bink just before falling. This big play there from Noysii, not able to drop. That's 5 in a row, too. One more will lead to an early cruise missile here on Expo. They're stacking that A zone. It's going fast. little bit of a late break here from Priestley alongside the other team, but they're not able to get in, Jesse. Noysii stays on with Ghosty. Although Priestley was hitting the full wrap through Campfire, did not get a chance at that hill.
And this could be really, really tough now for Team Priestley. Everybody going to be funneling through these small choke points. Bink will stay alive here as well on this little box head glitch inside of the theater room. Everybody trying to push forward, trying to get onto the stage to push their way through. That's 3 in a row, and now everybody on Team Priestley going to start to spawn out.
I mean, Noysii just doing Noysii things. The fan club is thriving, smiling, having a great time in their lane, flourishing. Brandon, though, however, puts it to a stop. 2 kills there for the break back in. Priestley solidifies it. Now it's just up to Bink over on Forklift, but what a shot there from Brandon. Rips him off that heady. Back to square one.
The St. Clair duo, Brandon and Priestley, doing what they need to do to stop that push there. They were in a really rough spot. The big overextension from Priestley, though, comes through top glass, able to shut the players down. And now they're actually going to find a little bit of stabilization here as well. On to B, they're able to start to zone out the rest of Team Noysii here. The lives are going to be an issue, though. You're right. 6 lives only left now for Team Priestley. And this is when you need to really value the most.
That Kaiser staying alive there is going to be big, but now they know. Looks out over towards the stage, but Ghosty's going to cut him down before he's able to eliminate that pressure. And now the stack's going to be out. Only 3 lives remaining for Team Priestley. Nobody's going to be here to put this at least to a halt. So round number 1 for Team Noysii. They get all 6 segments.
And I think that you can really kind of put that one on Noysii as well, the early portion of that round, in terms of why they had that big life lead, Colin. It was that 6 spree that you saw Noysii go on off the rip of the game there when they were really trying to find their opening over towards B. Not only did he find that opening, but also stayed alive for so long while picking up so many players there in the back line, playing up towards the top of the building, and just really shutting things down over towards that A zone. That's what gave you that big life lead. I mean, obviously that, along with, you know, Ghosty going 12-3 really does help as well, but it was that Noysii moment for me that really kind of popped it off.
It's like, it's the exciting beginning to the show, and then Ghosty was just consistently staying alive and just being that issue along through these routes. So excellent, like you said, you know, well put there. Ghosty and Noysii gonna have to be the center of attention for Team Priestley if they want to push this control all the way through the distance. They're already on the A zone. 1 tick is locked in. Noysii is going to be hitting that full wrap all the way through the bar. Gives himself away. Another player is going to drop. Bink, however, keeps it even. Brandon still keeping this split a little bit. That second segment, not sure if it's actually been locked in just yet. Now, if not, it should be. Brandon isn't on the zone, so Ghosty there to take the pressure off of A.
Yeah, we still don't know. I would imagine if he hasn't hopped onto it yet that it has been, but we will find out shortly.
We still don't know.
I mean, they're not hopping on it to take it off, so... Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure, yeah. I think that the A zone, it has been finished off completely there. And it actually looks like Team Priestley want to now wrap their way over towards B. They're going to take full control of the stage. And yeah, this is a really good setup right now. You are getting a full flank through from everybody on Team Noysii here, though. So you do need to contest with 3 players pushing through the back.
Kaiser needed 1 there, but it's dropped immediately. Priestley and Cal just going to hit the deck, soak up the rest. Cap that B zone, add another minute of time here. And now the issue is breaking this spawn trap. If you're Brandon, you're now in that spot that we were a little bit worried about.
Yeah, the map control right now, crazy, but Cal with 2 in the back line. They need to get Fame out of the back street. If you can take Fame out of back street, and you can see all 4 players now wrapping through their spawn. They want to go clear this out, because once you clear this out, it's all eyes forward. Everybody can fly.
Yeah, and there's Brandon to take down Ghosty as well. If you find Noysii, that's a chance to hop on the zone, Brandon. What a shot there, cleans up the sub player. And now that A zone's a little bit more open than it was before, but still not a chance to hop on just yet. Playing a little bit of TDM, Jesse, before they stop that time. Kills split back and forth. Kaiser's not going to be able to take down Fame. Cal's the only one pushed up. And now you need to play your life. Hopefully take this kill on Fame. Jump in that zone. Let's see if they can put it away.
Yeah, that kill feed was about as pinstripe as you can get, but like you said, it's just Cal on the point. Everybody from Team Noysii, they're going to line up from the front. They're going to try to fly through. They at least have this contested, and you've got the Overwatch as well from Top Bar.
Nobody's going to challenge it, though. Like you said, that Overwatch doing wonders right now for Cal. Ghosty prolongs the fight enough to take him down, so pressure's out from inside the zone. Kaiser going to have to hunt this one. Priestley's on in. Priestley's going to be watching for Ghosty, but instead Dan says no. 20-7 on a 4 spree.
Ghosty is tearing it up right now. 5 spree now, 21-7. Looking to get that cruise missile and looking to keep them off this A zone. They do need to hop on this and start to deteriorate this point, though, because you don't want to. One break, and Priestley, Team Priestley has this.
Fame's not here, so Team Noysii, I'm pretty sure the call is going to be to play this one out. Cal on the full flank. Noysii cutting them down. Oh, that is exactly the play you needed to put this round to rest. 3 kills for Noysii there. Ghosty still hasn't been able to get the better of Cal, or Cal just hasn't shown himself yet. Dan's going to be able to put this round in the blender, though. Last chance hurrah for Team Priestley to at least put a round on the board for themselves. Unfortunate that Team Noysii lost out on Fame there towards the end. Noysii put out one hell of an effort alongside Ghosty, but it's just a matter of time before Cal made that play.
That's so tough. I mean, they don't lose that player. I don't think they lose that round. Very unfortunate there. That's going to be a 1-1 score tie. The call is to play that round out because you did already have that first tick of progress already through into the round, and it is what it is. It's unfortunate for Team Noysii there. They could have gone up 2-0 and said, you know what, we're going to get a 1-1 tie. It is what it is, and we're going to get to see the rest of that game. Can we talk about Dan, though, through the first 2 rounds there? I mean, what, 23 kills at the end of round 2?
What's there to say? He's a CDL player.
I mean, I know, but like, it's just still insane to see those numbers come through. It's not like they're going up against bad players right now. We've seen 2 very, very close maps between these 2 teams, and Dan Ghosty is just popping off right now. Back where he belongs in the CCL. Well, not really back where he belongs, but back where it all began, if you will.
Back where it all began. Illini, Dan Ghosty really showing up right now for the team there. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, I say he's a CDL player. It's what you expect from him. But at the same time, Team Priestley have been putting one hell of an effort into taking this series in the winners finals. So the respect is there, and you got to say that. I mean, Ghosty was putting on that defense, and a lot of that round could have been over even prior to Fame DCing, if not for Ghosty. So it's a moment there where, you know, I don't think Team Noysii loses that if that 4th player doesn't disconnect. It's very unfortunate. I think, you know, if you're Team Priestley, you're going to take that and you're going to ride with it. But on the other side, Ghosty was putting enough effort in there that if Fame was able to, you know, play aggressive on that submachine gun roll, just like how Noysii was, find that spawn trap yet again, that round was done.
For sure. And in all honesty with you, Colin, I think if you're Team Noysii, you're just shrugging that one off. Like it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Like you lost a player, you probably win that round, but you're not going to let that one kind of hinder you too much. You still have looked fantastic on this map so far. Your first offense was really good. Now you just go into your second offense. Business as usual just needs to be done. That's just simply how it is. And you can see we're loading our way back up. We got all the players back in. It is what it is. It's all good to go. And Team Noysii back on the offense.
The good old it is what it is, Jesse, at the end. So
sometimes it just has to be like that.
Sometimes it do be. It is what it is. 6 segments playing 6 segments going into this one too. So I think, you know, it's something that the audience needs to really keep into their heads if this does go all the way to round number 5. The fact that Team Priestley were able to win that offensive round with segments, Jesse, is a big moment for the late game.
Absolutely. And now you get everybody else here pushing their way forward. This has been a really good defense so far here from Team Priestley. Spawn trap looking to get engaged, but all the players actually just spawn up over towards A. Priestley reads it right, but is he going to be expecting so many players?
Oh, I mean, he wasn't. Cal cleaning up where he left off, picking up a few kills here and there, taking some of the pressure off of Priestley's shoulder. Stun check's going to be good. I imagine that they're just going to fly at him eventually. They're not pushing him out just yet, and Ghosty goes down up top. Cal's providing quite the overwatch right now. Priestley's just able to tuck away in this corner, stay alive, hold this positioning, hold and block these spawns. And Priestley actually walks away with his life. Cal starts this game 6-1.
Yeah, really good start for Cal. You can see the call now from Team Noysii, though. They've decided, hey, you know what? A is too locked down right now. We go over to B. We'll try to hit this. Just give us another minute on the clock. Can we get another minute? You never know what can happen inside of the map. 2 ticks of progress will come through, and it looks like Team Priestley setting up for a pinch.
Oh, yeah, they are. Cal's only going to be able to find the one there, and I'm not sure they're going to get here in time. They're just going to set up for the spawn trap. But now, in that same fact, the fact that Noysii takes down Brandon opens up a world of opportunity to hop up into the top windows.
Brandon spawns right back into the play, though. Right onto the back line. Able to pick up one on the back. You got Cal on the back bus now as well, on the opposite side of the map. You have basically split this now into a north-south map. Everybody on the south going for Team Priestley. Everybody coming from the north now from Team Noysii, and they're looking to try to find a break. But the break is not in Team Priestley, finding all the trades at the moment.
Kaiser just drops into the pocket of Noysii there. Receives that kill almost for free. Now on the flank with Dead Silence Pop. Not a lot of people going to be expecting this play. However, cuts it a little bit short. Cal has to back up. He needs Kaiser to make this play. 27 seconds. Cal and Kaiser now looking to work wonders. The misfits of Team Priestley now working together, banding together to make this happen. Cal again on the flank, getting all the information. Kaiser still hasn't made this play yet, and here comes Cal. Cal gets the 1. Stays alive. 2, maybe. Noysii's going to get cleaned up. No more time. Team Priestley, what a defense.
Big defense. Only allow 3 ticks of progress as well there. So we'll need to keep that in mind. It is a 9-3 here. So even if you don't win out on the round now, as Team Priestley, just make sure that you get those last couple of defensive ticks in. Or offensive ticks in, and you can find yourself that final defense as well inside of the round. But now if you're Team Noysii, you might be a little bit mad about that disconnect there inside of the last round, because now you're on the back foot. You're down 2-1. You got to make the comeback, and it's all going to start with Tyler Noysii here in this round. 0-7 since the replay. Going to be looking for a big bounce back here in round number 4.
Look at the differences, how the spawn trap was handled on this map from Team Priestley on their offense and Team Noysii on the offense. When Fame was in that back bus position, all 4 players pushed to take him out of there. However, Cal was kind of left to dance around those 2 players of Team Noysii, stay alive on that position on that spawn trap spot, and block those spawns. Keep on draining that time. And I think, you know, if you go back onto that offense the next time, Team Noysii, they need to put some more focus on that spawn trap if it's in.
Yeah, you really just sit in the back, right? You'd be an absolute nuisance there in the back line, but you can see a good opening breakoff from Team Noysii. And a great answer back to a push over towards the A side as well. As Noysii and the rest of the team, they're going to combine. They'll get all 4 down again. And now everybody on the side of Team Priestley, they're going to spawn up towards that back B portion of the map.
Now, right now, just the trades on Team Noysii are sublime. Now, Bink in that same kind of spawn trap-esque spot, just different position than Fame was before, sitting back low. Cal's going to take him eventually, but they have to hop onto a zone, and B might be your only option. Noysii's turn now, gonna get 1, stay away, play your life. Fame's turn on the opposite end, dancing around these players, holding this top theater position inside the top windowsill, takes down Kaiser, Noysii, Bink. Everybody's getting a piece of the Kaiser kittens right now when it does come down to Team Noysii. And that is as flawless gets.
Yeah, to say the least, right? Team Noysii, fantastic defense there. They'll earn themselves the final defense of the game as well. Unless they just decide just to play this one out, of course, then it will be the other way around and they will be on offense. But we'll just have to wait and see what ends up happening here between the 2 teams. And it looks like the call may just be... Yeah, okay. I was going to say they definitely want that final defense. So not going to play that one out. They will take the draw there, and they will end up... they'll get to be the final team to take that defense on the board there. And you can see why they want that defense with how that last round just went, Colin.
I was going to say, I mean, there's no way you're going to play like that and give up a round 5 defense if you're Team Noysii. But for Team Priestley, this is the chopping block now. You're on round 5 of Expo Control. You just look at the history of how this series has gone, Jesse, and it has been neck and neck. But when it comes down to the wire, you just can't beat this Team Noysii team. They bend, but they don't break at all. 7-point hard point, round 11 search, and now to round 5 control. It's like Team Noysii are the boogeyman right now, and Team Priest are living a nightmare.
Yeah, they don't want to open up the closet, right? It's like Monsters Inc. You're just not opening the closet. You're keeping that door shut. You're sending it away into the factory. It's never being opened again. It's basically how it goes right now for Team Priestley, because this has been just so close, but so far away at the end of it all here for these guys. But like you said, this is your chance, right? You break this, you get another very scrappy hard point coming up right after this one. We saw how the scrappy hard point worked for them in that map 1, and they looked very good in Embassy as well on map 2. So if they end up going to that map 4, you never know. You never know here for this Team Priestley team with how close they've been able to keep this series all the way through so far. But still got to get there. They got to win this final round, and it's going to be an offense on the final round of Expo Control. No ticks in their last offense, but they did win out on that first one, so we'll see what they can do here. Need a big break off.
Oh, man. I mean, it is Control on Expo, so one mistake, and that opens up in a world where Team Priestley do get this upset and send us to that Embassy hardpoint. So no matter what, Team Noysii, I'm sure they do not want to get a little ahead of themselves just yet. Nice shots there for Brendan. Not able to take down the second, though. Team Priestley have hopped onto this B zone. Now stopping that clock. Can they hold off the next wave? They're able to get the first one. Cal doesn't take down Bink. It's always that second kill eluding them.
And this is a big play from Kaiser. Just kind of stay alive in the back line here. Don't overextend too much. Don't hop onto the point yet. Now you get some help back from Cal. Hop onto the point. They actually also clear out their spawn as well, so that this should be the B zone here. But now comes into the problem where Team Noysii is just going to completely set up this A zone line, and you are going to need to try to find a way to break across it and get out of with your life here. And the exits are going to be on point here from what Team Noysii are playing.
Minute 46. 22 playing 23. Plenty of lives in case, but that was Bink who was quite the issue. Playing the spawn trap angle where Fame was kind of handled quite handily. Easily, I meant to say. There. Bink has been a different story. Finds 2. Not able to take down Priestley or Brandon. Bink is going to be able to get cleaned up. That allows Priestley now to break out of their spawn and try their hands over towards A.
Yeah, they are so trapped right now, though. Still no map control at all. I mean, when you've got 3 players on the furthest back portion of the map that you can have, that's going to be a little bit of an issue here. But they do find 2. This does open up a little bit of a lane now until Bink cuts down 2. Make it 3 with the player top bar. You'll get Noysii to combine for the 4th, and things are getting from bad to worse right now for Team Priestley, looking very similar to the end of the last round. And the spawn trap has definitely been engaged.
Yeah, Bink's back in. Not for long this time around. Brandon's at least going to be able to get that shot towards the end there to take him down. You look at Kaiser making the full flank play through stage to get in behind towards those spawns. Going to be spotted out as well. That's going to pull the attention from Team Noysii behind to eliminate that player. 30 seconds left.
11 lives only remaining, but you need to get on the point to be able to use those lives because of that time remaining. Like you called, only 19 seconds. Fame is just snaking the heck out of the box's middle map. You do find 1 at the very least. An opportunity for an opening now as Cal and Priestley find 2.
But Dan, I mean, think back to round number 1. Dan was the difference maker. Kaiser this time gonna catch him looking the wrong way. 2 down for Team Noysii. They're in. 5.9 seconds, Jesse. 8 lives playing 14. Priestley, 50 HP in a dream to stay alive here. Congestion inside the point. Priestley gets the first one. Fame, however, gonna swing this to trade. Not gonna happen. Priestley staying alive. And 3 down for the team.
They need to stack. Everybody needs to try to get in and onto this point. I know they're trying to make the cutoffs here happen. 2 ticks come through. 3rd tick of progress on its way. Can Team Noysii get on for the contest? They do.
Oh, they do, but Bink! Bink! Oh my gosh, Bink! 4 kills, the multi-kill! He cleans them up and slays Team Priestley. Oh, what just happened? Oh. We get to see it again. Bink on Kaiser, dead. Priestley, dead. Snaps to Brandon. 13 and 4. 13 kills across that last round.
Wow.
Oh, that is big. That's a 2-time right there. That is the MW2 champion right there.
Yeah, MW2, Vanguard, you can see why Bink was able to come out on top so often here inside of the College COD. And, I mean, what a round at that final round there. Very, very close. But it feels right now, Colin, it's like Team Noysii just like dangles that ability to win. Right above Team Priestley's head. And then as soon as you reach for it, you pull it away. You yank the carpet out at the very end, and you just can't close it out. The ice on the players right now from Team Noysii. It's like at the very end of the game, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're a bunch of professional players. Let's just clutch up and close this one out, shall we?" And they seem to get it done. Sometimes at the very last second, as what it's felt like through a lot of this series, but they still get the job done. Crazy, crazy series between these two teams. I was thoroughly enjoyed all the way through.
I mean, it's like, oh, Team Priestley's stacking the zone. Team Noysii leans forward in their chair.
Exactly.
Like, it's a moment where you can really see it click for Team Noysii and see exactly why they are, at the caliber that they are at. Although, Team Priestley throughout this series put up quite the fight, put up quite the battle, and like you said, entertained us all. You can see that they are steps behind. They're still, a few steps behind these players individually and put together, because it's not only that. When you think about this alumni tournament and how a lot of these teams are pug teams just thrown together last minute, Noysii, Fame, Noysii, Big, I mean, they've been buddies for a very long time, playing Call of Duty with each other for a very long time, so you expect that it's not only that individual team play, that synergy will click eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we do got to give our flowers though to Team Priestley. I mean, a hell of a fight, one heck of a fight there between these guys to be able to give themselves an opportunity to come into the series, play at the top level that we saw them play at here. We'll get a final look. I mean, you can't get closer to that in 3 maps. You really can't. 250 to 243, a 6-5 loss, and then a 3-2 loss in the control. They kept it close. They put on a great show for everybody, but now they're going to drop to that losers bracket. I don't think this team is done yet, though, Colin. They're going to go to that losers bracket. They're going to be awaiting in the losers finals for whatever team gets there, and they want revenge on Team Noysii. I know they just lost. They already want the revenge. I can promise you that. With how close this series was, they know that there's an opportunity to take maps off this Team Noysii team, and they're going to try to put it all together once again after this.
100%. They're going to be ready to go. Ready to go back at this one. So let's take a look at the bracket and where we are sitting, because Team Noysii have solidified themselves top 2 finish here in the College COD Alumni 1K. And again, Team Priestley could have dropped on down. I expect that, this team is going to, like you said, want to make this sweep through the lower bracket, have that rematch in the grand finals. We're just going to have to wait and see if they get it done, Jesse. But take a look at the run that Team Noysii's put on. I mean, you expect it from them, but it's 3-0 sweeps all the way into the grand finals. So they are looking deadly right now inside of this alumni tournament. We look at the loser bracket where Team Priestley dropped down into the lower finals. We got lower semifinals. Steve-O's already going to be in there. And, I mean, as Prowless's team, Steve-O, another team that I expected to be, going quite far.
Yeah, you'd expect them to do well, right? And when you look at that loser quarterfinal, there's still a match going on right now. Team Chalk versus Team Diff, 2-2 tied right now in that final game, that final search and destroy to figure out who's going to play Team Stevo, and then eventually who will match up against Team Priestley there in the losers finals for an opportunity to go and take on just an absolute beast of a team in Team Noysii. It's going to be a great rest of the day, Colin.
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. And folks at home, don't forget to tweet out hashtag CCL Alumni to let us know how you're feeling about this tournament too. It's been quite the run so far. We still got lots of action going forward. It's going to be a fun one. We got our next round coming up very shortly, the lower semifinals. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there.